You guys have been asking for this video for like 2 years. Well, here it is. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kennedy. If you're new here, also known as Ken, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below and welcome to the fam. So in today's video, I am going to be doing literally the most requested video of my entire channel. You guys have been asking me, and I have been promising to deliver this video for quite some time now. And today, 2 years later, I am delivering that to you. Okay guys, location change because I just can't seem to get any privacy in the house. It's too many people. That's in the kitchen. But is this, I don't know how I feel about being in direct sunlight though. I just feel like what is really the best option for me? Let's go look around. Let's go see. Not Ken with the good lighting though. All right, 10 tips to survive boarding school. Let's go. Number 1, when considering a school, think about location and proximity to an airport. I would say that this is one of the most practical tips. Location for one, I'm just gonna say, especially if you're gonna go on the East Coast, boarding schools are most likely in the middle of nowhere, or the middle of a real man-made town that's got like 5 shops, and it's not that much to do on the weekends. When you're there, you're gonna need to get off campus at some point. You're not gonna want to stay there the whole time, especially if you're boarding. Maybe one Sunday morning you want to have brunch instead of going to the dining hall, or Friday night you want to go do something and get dinner with your friends. There needs to be walking distance if that's your thing, because when you're border driving, it's a lot of rules and regulations around that. Get in a car with people because you can't have your car on campus, whereas if you're a day student, it's a lot easier for you. So, and then also proximity to an airport, because newsflash, you have to go home on breaks, and you have to, one, if you're close enough to drive. But like me, I live very far from my school if you're driving, but it's like a quick hour flight, so I fly back and forth. And I'm so happy that my school is super close to an airport, because people have to take you there, or you get an Uber if your school allows that. But in my school, I think in most schools, because Uber's actual rules are 18 and up, you can't get an Uber and just go to the airport. So you need to have, you're gonna have someone drive you most likely, and you don't need the airport being 40 minutes away when you got a flight to catch. And especially when on breaks, we gotta clean your dorm and everything. And at my school, we have to do a whole checklist of stuff before we leave for breaks, and it's always hectic because you're always rushing. Your flight's in 2 hours, but you gotta get to the airport real quick, and you gotta get to the airport early because you gotta go through security. And you need to be, if it's really important to you, think about how close your school is to an airport, because that is so practical, and that is something that I did not think of. Luckily, I'm at a school that's very close to an airport, but that's something I didn't think of until after I was already there. And I realized hey, I kind of need to get to this place at least 4 times during the school year, 4 or 5 times during the school year, and it's kind of important. Tip number 2, don't go to the library if you actually have homework to do, because everyone knows the library is not the place where you get work done, especially if it's a weekday night. Now, if it's a weekday afternoon and you have a free period, or maybe you have a study hall and you at the library and it's quiet and they're making sure people being quiet, then sure, go to the library, knock yourself out, get some work done, because you're probably going to be in a very productive environment. But I mean, if it's a Wednesday night and after dinner, everybody yo, you going to the lib, oh, I'll see you at the lib, save a seat for me, let's reserve a room. No. The library is a place where people play music, people talk about any and everything. Even though you're supposed to be quiet, people still don't be quiet. Librarians be shushing people, getting up out their seat 24/7. And the library is somewhere you go where it's already 1 hour into study hall and you got all your work done, and you want to just go see some people real quick before check-in, and you got to be in your dorm. Or somewhere you go where you did your homework beforehand, you did your work for Wednesday on Monday, so now Tuesday night come around and you chilling, you ain't got nothing to do, so you're I'm gonna go to the library and I'm gonna kick it, and I'm gonna start this conversation with this person, play some music, get distracted because you want to like socialize. Library is somewhere you socialize on the weekday nights, not somewhere you go when you need to be productive and get that work done. That is a key to success. Number 3, make an effort to build a relationship with your roommate. Do not just coexist in the same space. You don't have to actually run in the same circle. Like, I didn't run in the same circle as my roommate, but I was still like, when I came to the room, we weren't just like speaking 3 words to each other and dipping when we were having like, no, like we actually like talked. So I would not recommend just coexisting in the same space. And definitely like, don't be fake. Like, don't just like ignore your, like never like say hi to this person outside of your room and act like you don't know her or him in the like social life. And especially like after that year where y'all roomed together, don't be fake. Like, you roomed with this person freshman year, it's senior year. Why you act like you don't know them? Y'all shared a whole living space together. She saw you eat your boogers when you didn't think she saw you, or she heard your phone conversations when you were up late at night talking to your boyfriend. So don't be fake and make an effort. Number 4, y'all, I am really giving you the tea. Like, these are, I couldn't think of any better tips to give people. So number 4, have some steady day student friends. I think I've mentioned this in another video. Day students run in the same circle, especially because like a lot of day students like choose to be on campus like majority of the time, especially if they do sports. Don't just like exclude day students from like the potential of friendship because you don't see them in the dorm, when really they could offer you some necessary like mental breaks away from campus. Like, I can't stress how important it is to like actually get off campus and leave that school. Number 5, I feel like the lighting changed. Respect school traditions. Now, I'm saying this as an incoming senior because most schools are gonna have some like traditions that seniors do, or upperclassmen in general do. Most likely you're gonna have some like class versus class or like hierarchy tradition thing that some old people started in the 60s and that has just been passed down. You're gonna like grow up to be a senior, and there's gonna be some only senior things that you would take pride in, and you're gonna be like, what is this freshman doing? This is the senior thing. Like, waste your time. So when you're younger, it's gonna be like, oh, like, I don't have to do this, this is stupid, I'm gonna do it anyway because no one's gonna check me. But then when you're older, you're gonna see like, finally, like I've earned the right to do this as a senior because you've done your due diligence, you've passed your time here at that school, you're at the top of the food chain, and plus it just makes stuff like more exciting. Like yeah, like high school can be boring sometimes, but you got something to look forward to when you get older. Plus it's just kind of like a fun social thing. Number 6, please make good relationships with your teachers and other faculty, because 1, you're just gonna need some people to like lean on in the school year, and you're gonna need some people, like, it could be your advisor, it could be your science teacher, it could be your art teacher who you just really love, but when times is getting tough on campus, you're gonna need like a few faculty members that you know you can just go to and like lean on them and tell them about your problems, and maybe you're homesick. So yeah, have some good relationships with faculty. Plus like it builds your school reputation, and when you want to like sign up for STUCO, student council, or like class officers, or you want this leadership position, you have a lot of people on the campus who like know, like, yes, like Kennedy is a great student, like I loved her, I love having her in class, she's super respectful, she has a good name here at the school, like she's the kind of person we would want to be an RA, she's the kind of person we would want to be like student council president, she's the kind of person, like, you need a lot of people vouching for you. Number 7, follow dorm rules. This is specifically to boarders. You enter school as a boarder, as a freshman. There's gonna be some rules in the dorm. You're gonna have a chore most likely to do in that dorm that, like, at least my school, the way it was, it rotates every week by floor. So maybe you're on floor 1. So for week 1, floor 1, you have to take out the trash every day. And if you don't take out the trash, or you don't do your job right, or you forget to, you get a punishment. Like, you have to clean the kitchen this night, or you check in early because you didn't take out the trash, or like you didn't bring the trash back. So if you're terrible in your dorm and they tell your dean, like, this person, like, Kennedy has been giving me so much trouble in the dorm, I think you should talk to her, maybe we should talk to her parents. Now you want to apply for class officer, class president, but this dean is head of it, and they're like, we have 2 people with great grades, but one person who's super sweet, one person who consistently gets bad, like, write-ups in the dorm. And then maybe you want to be an RA. Maybe you want to be a leader in that dorm next year, but the people who pick the RAs are the current RAs in the dorm head. So why would they pick you if you consistently are irresponsible? Like, how are you going to, like, help other people be responsible when you can't even take the trash in, you can't even make it to dorm meetings on time, you are not even, like, pleasant to be around, you never say hi, you're rude to the dorm head and that like in his or her family, and like you're just like a sourpuss in the dorm all the time. They're not gonna pick you. You have to be a good steward of your space, because like that, it's all about your reputation. Number 8, try new things. I think this goes for like every year. I wouldn't say, I definitely like not get too comfortable in your school, and this is gonna go along with another tip I have like later. I think it's the last one. But yeah, like don't get too comfortable to where you're just going through the motions. Like try out for that sport, try out for the play or the musical that the school is hosting, do karaoke night. Like go out for things and like really make the most of the like space that you have. As a freshman and sophomore, go out and try new things and try to make the experience your own. Like don't say like, oh, I'll wait till senior year to like do this. But then as a junior or senior, don't just say like, oh, I've been doing the same thing for 4 years, like I'm good. Like no, try something else, switch it up a little bit, spice up your experience. Tip number 9, fight for the dorm room of your choice. Now this is specifically going out to sophomore, junior, seniors, because most of the time when you're a freshman you do not pick your dorm, you just get assigned a dorm, you get assigned a roommate. But I would say for junior year, I really wanted to be, actually I have never gotten the dorm that I wanted at school. Like these little dorm surveys, assignments, no, don't get your hopes up that just because you check a little box saying I want to be in this dorm, you're gonna get there, because every single year they consistently give me the dorm that I did not want to be in. So one, I feel like you have to kind of like assess the situation. When do you roll with the punches and say like, okay, I really wanted to be in this dorm, but they put me in this dorm, I just gotta roll with it, and maybe I'll like make the best of my time in this dorm. Because that's how it was for me sophomore year, where they put me in the opposite dorm I wanted to be, the other underclassmen dorm, and I actually had a wonderful time, loved it. It was the newest built dorm too, so super nice. But you guys saw that my sophomore year, like on my like room tour and like movement vlog, y'all saw my dorm. So yeah, but then junior year, I specifically requested this one dorm that had all singles, and I knew I would want to live there because my friend had lived there while I was a sophomore, and I was like, yeah, like this is a dorm I know I want to live in, because one, I like the faculty, and all my friends were gonna be in that dorm for their senior year while I was a junior. So I requested this dorm into sophomore year, end of summer coming around, back to school year, junior year. They're like, oh great, you're in this dorm. I'm like, perfect, got the dorm I wanted. Then they came back, oops, actually you're not in this dorm, you're in that dorm. And I'm like, question mark. So I emailed real quick like, yo, like y'all, email my dean before I even knew her. I was like, you gotta get me out of here. Like I want to be in dorm A, you put me in dorm B. And they're like, sorry, we can't make any changes for you. Like you're gonna have to like check back in December. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. It's August right now, I'll check back in December. December came around, hey, you got any openings? Because I promise you someone's gonna get kicked out, someone's gonna leave campus, something's gonna happen, that room is gonna open, sweetie. A couple rooms opened. She's like, yeah, actually, like we have a room for you, like it opened up. So, and then I, you know, granted I was there for like 2 months because of COVID, and because I was in DC, but I got the dorm I wanted. So first, my sophomore year, I had to roll with the punches, and I ended up loving the dorm I was in. Junior year, I probably could have loved it, but I knew like die hard, I want to be in this dorm, so I fought for it, and then I was actually in there. So this original tip was to fight for the dorm you want to be in, but also if you're fighting and it's not going your way, babe, maybe God just wants you to be in that dorm. Number 10, this is our final tip. Take advantage of all your school has to offer. This goes with the like number 8, which was try new things, but I promise you, these boarding schools have like millions of dollars in endowments. They have everything, and they have like proximity, especially on the East Coast. They have proximity to like the best colleges in the world. If there's an internship at Yale that your school hooks certain people up with, go for that. If there is a grant in your school that you can get money to start something, apply for it. If there is a waiver you can fill out to start a new club or to start like something else, sign the waiver, start the new club. Try your hand at everything. I feel like you are really doing yourself a disservice if you just like, you go to school, you go to sports, and you go back to your dorm. Like, you're doing such a disservice to yourself. Like, just for example, DC. I was in DC for the fall semester. I absolutely loved it. That school came to my school to speak, had a rep. Like, my school was one of the sending schools for that place. So if I had never taken the opportunity, if I had never like followed up, I would have missed out on sitting in on Joseph McGuire's like testimony for Trump's impeachment, sitting in on Marie Yovanovitch's testimony, working with Hillary Clinton's speechwriter, meeting Cory Booker's communications director, like literally everything. All because a resource was presented to me and I took it. Take advantage of all that you can in the time that you're gonna be there, because there's gonna be a time where you graduate and you're gonna be like, wow, like my school had this the whole time, like I never knew about this. But you never knew about it because one, you never asked, or two, you never followed up. All right guys, that is all the tips I have for you today. An hour later of filming and I'm so tired and my head hurts. But yes, be sure to comment down below any questions you guys have. I have so many tips. I'll probably do a part 2 or part 3 or part 4, however many parts I'm feeling, because the tips are literally endless for boarding school. So congratulations to all the freshmen or all the sophomores or whoever you are who are just entering boarding school for this school year. You're entering during a global pandemic. You're probably entering online, which is a new experience, but haha, it's character development. Congratulations to the people who have just graduated boarding school. I'm almost right behind you. So yeah, I'm sorry for class of 2020 whose graduations were messed up. Hopefully your school could do something in person. And class of 2021, if you're with me, let's pray. Let's bow our heads and pray right now that we get it. We get our graduations, we get our prom, we get everything, because we can't be playing these games. I feel like we've had enough character development for this story. Like, I'm good. Quit playing. Give me my prom. Not even the prom. Give me my graduation, bro. Give me my graduation. Give me my college acceptance. Give me my open house. And I'll be out. So yeah. Alright, be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, my spam account on Instagram especially. Like this video if you learned something new. Comment down below anything interesting in the comments. Like, just start a conversation in the comments with someone else. Or comment down below more questions you have that I could possibly ask you. Or that you could possibly ask me, that I would answer for you in the comments. And make sure, if you haven't already and you stayed to this long of the video, if you haven't clicked that subscribe button, I'm sorry, what? You've been watching me for this long and you haven't clicked the subscribe button yet? Go ahead and do that right now. And love you all the most. You already know what I'm about to say. Bye.